kindergartners, it's Miss Want here to do a read aloud with you today. Today we are reading a fiction story and it's called Cora Cooks Pancit. The question today is, when is a time that you have felt proud? Pause the video and talk to someone next to you, or you could just whisper to your hand, when was a time you felt proud? Great, thank you for doing that. One time when I felt proud is when I worked really hard and I did lots of different steps to make some cinnamon rolls in my kitchen, and I felt really proud when they were finally finished and I took them out of the oven. A word that we're going to need to know in this book is longed. Say that with me. Longed. Let's break down longed. Ready, set, sounds. Longed. Longed. Longed means that I really wanted something. Good readers always look at the front cover to help them understand what might happen in the book. Right now, take a second, see what you notice, what you see, and what you wonder, things you want to know. I know some things about Cora, the character's identity. I know that Cora identifies as a girl. I know that Cora identifies as a kid. In fact, she's the youngest member of her family. Her family identity is that she has 3 sisters and a brother, and a mom and a dad. I know that her language identity is that she's multilingual. She speaks Tagalog and English. And I know that her ancestor identity is Filipino. Her ancestors are from the Philippines. Let's get started. Cora cooks pancit. Cora loved the kitchen. She loved to drink in the smells of Mama's Filipino dishes. Cora's older sisters and brother often helped with the cooking. They got the grown-up jobs like shredding the chicken or mixing noodles in the pot. They sliced vegetables and rolled lumpia into tidy egg roll shapes. Cora was stuck with the kid jobs, like drawing pictures in the flour or licking spoons. She longed to be a real cook. I remember that means she really wanted to be a real cook. One day, Cora's 3 older sisters headed to the mall. Her brother darted outside with his ball glove. Now was her chance. Cora popped her head around the corner. "What are we making today, Mama?" Mama wiped her hands on the front of her red apron. She put her hands on her hips. "What would you like to make today?" asked Mama in her buttery voice. Cora was surprised Mama was letting her decide. She scrunched up her pug nose and began to think. All her favorite Filipino dishes danced in her head. Lines of lumpia pranced in rows. Adobo chicken legs bebopped in time. She saw a large bowl of pancit. The thick noodles and vegetables curled and swirled in a dance party. Mmm. "Will you teach me to make pancit?" she asked. "Of course," said Mama. "Would you like to wear my red apron?" Cora was a real cook now. The apron was a little too big, but it would do. Mama helped Cora tie the strings around her back and make a neat bow at her belly button. "This apron belonged to Lolo, your grandpa," said Mama. "He wore it when he first came to California. He was a cook for the Filipino farm workers who picked strawberries and grapes in the fields." "Did Lolo teach you how to cook?" Cora wanted to know. "He did," said Mama. "I followed him each day to the big kitchen. He created all kinds of dishes to fill the hungry workers' tummies. While he cooked, he told stories about the Philippines where he was born." Cora nodded and listened. "Lolo told us about the countryside where he grew up. His family harvested pineapples, bananas, and papayas. He used to eat smashed fried bananas and sweet rice wrapped in banana leaves." Cora stuffed her hands in the deep apron pockets. She imagined Mama and Lolo cooking together. She saw Lolo as a boy unwrapping the banana leaves and scooping the sweet rice from inside. I can tell that cooking is really important to Cora's family because her grandfather taught her mom how to cook, and now her mom is teaching her how to cook. Cora knew the rules in Mama's kitchen. She scrubbed her hands with soap. Mama dug in the cupboards and the refrigerator for ingredients. She listed what they needed for the pancit. Chicken, celery, carrots, mushrooms, onions, baby corn, cabbage, ginger, garlic, soy sauce. Don't forget the noodles, said Cora. Oh yes, the noodles, said Mama. Let's get started, Mama told Cora. Open the package of rice noodles and put them in this bowl of water. Do you know why we soak them? So they get soft, answered Cora. You've been paying attention, said Mama with a wink. Cora opened the package. She plopped the big clump of noodles into the bowl. Meanwhile, Mama took out some chicken she had cooked earlier. This was Mama's special stash. She used chicken for all kinds of Filipino dishes, like tanghon, chicken curry, and lumpia. Want to help me shred? Asked Mama. Cora's eyes grew wide. A grown-up job. She was ready. She pulled the chicken pieces apart the way her older sister Prim did. She placed them on a plate. Cora snuck a tiny bite of chicken. She rolled it to the back of her mouth before Mama noticed. The salty taste tickled her tongue. I'll chop, said Mama. Cora arranged the vegetables in neat rows. Mama chopped celery stalks, carrots, cabbage, and onions. When Mama started slicing onions, tears ran down Cora's cheeks. She looked up and saw Mama's watery eyes. Onions make us cry, sang Mama. They both laughed. I'm having a text-to-self connection because sometimes when I chop onions in my kitchen, it feels like they're making me cry. It hurts my eyes a little bit. Mama took out her huge pancit pan with the shiny copper outside and big handles. The pan was deep enough to hold all the ingredients. Cora danced on her tiptoes to see inside. Mama asked Cora to step back while she added some oil and the vegetables to the pan. The pot began to hiss and sizzle. Mama added spices too, garlic, ginger, and a splash of soy sauce. Cora loved the smell of garlic. Can you check the noodles, Cora? Asked Mama. Cora scratched her head. She tried to remember what her sister Sarah did when she checked the noodles. Cora thought she should sniff the noodles, but she picked up the bowl too quickly and water sloshed on the floor. Are you making a mess? Asked Mama with pointy eyebrows. Silly Cora, you just need to touch the noodles with 2 fingers to see if they are soft. Mama laughed and handed Cora a towel to mop up the mess. Mama went to work straining the noodles. Now for the fun part, said Mama. Let's add the noodles to the pancit pan. Can I stir? Asked Cora. She knew this was another grown-up job. Yes, but be careful near the burner, called Mama, who pulled up a stool for Cora to stand on. Cora began to stir in a wide circle. She watched the noodles somersault over the carrots and celery. She made the soft onions sway this way and that. The smell of ginger mixing with garlic floated to her nose. A few mushrooms escaped from the pot. Oops. That night, Mama brought the food to the table. She set out a platter of adobo chicken, 2 plates of her special lumpia with dipping sauce, and a bowl of pineapple slices. Cora's brother and sisters came to the table one by one. Daddy sat at his usual spot at the head of the table. Cora watched his eyes grow wide as he checked out all the food. He licked his lips. Finally, Mama set the steaming platter of pancit in the middle of the table. You made pancit without us? Hollered Cora's brother Crispin. Who did my job? Asked Prim. Who checked the noodles? Sarah needed to know. Mama replied, Cora did all the grown-up jobs. Really? Said Daddy. That's my girl. Cora scrunched together her eyebrows and bit her lip while the family tasted her pancit. Did she do everything right? Would they like it? Would Mama tell about the accident with the noodles? I'm looking at this picture and the illustrator's giving me some clues about how Cora is feeling. Right now you could tell someone or whisper to your hand, how do you think she might be feeling right now? Great. Pretty impressive, smiled Cora's sister Irene. Crispin chomped on a big spoonful of pancit and elbowed Cora. Not too bad, Crispin said. Cora grinned. Her eyes sparkled with delight. Daddy sat back in his chair. This tastes like your Lolo's pancit, he said. Cora beamed with pride. Salamat, she cried out. Thank you. The family laughed. Cora was still wearing Mama's red apron. The end. Our good reader question today is, how did Cora feel when her family ate the pancit? So on this page they were eating the pancit, and on this page they were eating the pancit. Go ahead and pause the video or whisper. How do you think she felt when they ate the pancit? Great. I actually think she was feeling two things. I remember on this page, the illustrator is showing me that her face, her eyebrows are up, she's biting her lip. It makes me think that she's feeling a little nervous or a little worried. And the author said, did she do everything right? Would they like it? Would Mama tell about the accident with Noodles? And sometimes when my brain has lots of questions, it's because I feel worried about something. So I think maybe she was feeling worried that her family wasn't going to like what she made. But then I also know that she feels really proud, just like we were talking before this book. Because I know that because the author says Cora beamed with pride. So the author told me she was feeling proud. But also I can tell from this illustration that she has a big smile on, her body is moving in the yellow. I can tell that she feels really proud in that picture. Okay, we are going to practice retelling the story with a tool that we're using this week, the Somebody Wanted But So Then tool. This helps us identify who the characters are, what they wanted, and the problem and solution. We're going to do some together and then you are going to finish it by yourself. This first box says, everybody, somebody. Good. Who's the main character? Take a second, whisper to your hand, tell someone close to you, who is the main character? Good. The main character's name is Cora. She is the girl who's making the pancit, and her name is like this, C-O-R-A, Cora. What did Cora want? Because it says Cora wanted. What did she really want? Take a second and think about that. Oh yeah, I remember right at the beginning of the book, it said that she longed to be a real cook. And I know that that means she really wanted to be a real cook. So I'm gonna write, Cora wanted to be a real cook. Okay, you can write that with me. To, how do you spell to? T-O-2, excellent, to be. You can spell be with me. B-E-B, to be a real. Slide that with me. Real. To be a real cook. Slide cook with me. Cook. Okay, let's reread it. Cora wanted to be a real cook. This box says, but it means there was a problem. What was the problem? She wanted to be a cook, but take a second and think about that. Oh yeah, I remember that the author told me that her sisters and her brother always got the grown-up jobs. So part of the problem was that lots of other people were helping with those, and she was the youngest, so she didn't always get to help. So I'm gonna write, but her sisters and brother helped a lot. But her sisters and brother helped a lot. Cora wanted to be a real cook, but her sisters and brother helped a lot. You are going to finish today. You are going to finish the so. What did she do to solve the problem? And then what happened at the end of the story? We cannot wait to see what you do. Thank you so much for reading with me today.